So imagine hiring a customer service rep who brings their own phone, sits right down at a desk, and, only gets paid if they actually solve the caller's problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that rep is an AI.
Right, which is, I mean, it's wild to think about.
Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm looking at the AI Agent Store.ai website. As you know, we are always tracking what pops up over there. And today we're looking at the Open.cx AI Voice Agent.
Yeah, and this is a completely closed source, fully configured product. And really the mission today is just exploring how this tool handles real-world calls. So inbound, outbound, and warm transfers, without making a business build some massive AI stack from scratch.
Right, because nobody has the time for that. So let's talk about how it actually plugs into the existing ecosystem. It really is kind of like that independent contractor analogy. I mean, they don't demand you rip out the office phone system and buy a new one just for them.
No, not at all.
They just, take an extension.
Right, exactly. Because in the technical specs, it's categorized as SIP native. And that basically just means it speaks the universal language of internet telephony right out of the box.
Oh, okay. So no weird adapters or anything?
Yeah, no heavy integration work. It dials directly into a company's existing PBX system. You just assign it to handle specific queues or phone numbers, and it works right alongside the current setup.
Okay, let's unpack this, because if it's just plugging into existing lines like that without a massive structural overhaul, I'm curious about the actual capability. Like, how much heavy lifting is it doing on those lines before it just hits a wall?
Well, it is surprisingly self-sufficient. It sits at an 89% autonomy level, actually.
Wow, 89%, that's high.
Yeah, it actively listens, figures out the caller's intent, and decides the next steps. So it either resolves the issue entirely or it realizes it needs help and initiates a warm transfer to a human.
And that warm transfer mechanism is key here. It's not just a blind forward.
Definitely not.
Right, because before the human agent even says hello, this system has already injected a real-time transcript and a brief summary directly into that agent's dashboard. I mean, nobody has to repeat their account number 3 times.
Which is such a huge friction point for callers usually, and I think that's why the popularity of this tool is tracking at about 61%. A lot of that stems from the pricing structure.
Oh yeah, the pricing is fascinating.
Because the business only pays Open.cx per resolved conversation. The raw carrier minutes, those are just billed by the customer's original phone provider with zero markup.
Okay, wait, hold on. Here's where it gets really interesting. If they only charge per resolved conversation, doesn't that put all the pressure on the AI to actually finish the job?
Well, yes.
Like, what's stopping the AI from prematurely hanging up or, forcing a fake resolution state just so the vendor can bill the client instead of endlessly routing people?
Right, that is the natural concern with performance-based pricing. But the system is built to align those incentives. A resolution isn't triggered by just ending the call.
Okay, so what actually triggers it then?
It requires satisfying the user's intent within the system's guardrails. If the caller gets frustrated or hangs up, or if the AI has to pass them to a human because it hit a wall, Open.cx just doesn't get that resolution fee.
Oh, wow. So they don't get paid at all for that call.
Exactly. It has to actually do the work to provide the value.
So for you listening, I think the big takeaway here is really this shift in the market. I mean, voice AI is evolving from this complex, build-it-yourself science project into a ready-to-deploy, configured product for handling real phone calls.
Yeah, it forces an interesting thought experiment, too. If these systems successfully handle all the routine calls, like the password resets, the basic scheduling, how will human teams need to adapt?
Right, because your human agents will suddenly only ever deal with the most complex, highly escalated warm transfers. The easy questions are just gone.
Every human worker essentially becomes an elite escalation team.
It's definitely something to think about as this tech rolls out. Anyway, you can check out the specs on this yourself over at AIAgentStore.ai. Thank you so much for reading the podcast. It really helps us out. Catch you next time.